It's your boy King, and this is Slick Talk. So today I'll be talking about why A-reece is the most hated rapper in SA. Period. The most hated nigga in the game. So I want to name a few people who just don't fuck with A-reece. You have Casper in your vest, who does not fuck with A-reece. You have Questa, who doesn't fuck with A-reece. You have Nasty C, who doesn't fuck with A-reece. You have MT, doesn't fuck with A-reece. Flame, doesn't fuck with A-reece. PJ, his own brother, looks like he doesn't fuck with A-reece. These are the name, just to name a few. These are a couple of people who do not fuck with A-reece. And one thing is for certain, like A-reece has never once put out a diss track on any of these guys, but they do not fuck with A-reece at all. So I want to say why people do not like A-reece and what happened. Listen, A-reece came from Ambitious Entertainment in 2016. Then they started robbing A-reece, right? He was one of the big artists in the label. Came out with a hit album, Paradise. One of the biggest artists in Ambitious. Then they started robbing him, taking his money. Took out the label. And then what happens? They removed all his songs from YouTube. I remember that time. They took out all the songs, everything. From the album, everything. They took them out of their YouTube channel. A lot of people look down on A-reece and turn their back on him. So what you have to understand is, when people say he's not responding to my calls, he's doing this, he's doing that, that's because he does not want to play the fake shit. And I get it. He does not want to play the game anymore because he's realized, like, it's not very beneficial to try to play the nice guy in this industry because niggas will drop you like a fucking fly and move on. So now people are kind of talking about A-reece and what is A-reece doing this? A-reece is arrogant. A-reece has a chip on his shoulder. Casper in your vest came out and said he reached out to A-reece and A-reece didn't respond. You have to remember, Casper in your vest, you blocked A-reece from Twitter. Why would you block somebody from Twitter a couple of months later, reach out and say you want to do a fucking song with them? Why would the fuck would they respond? Come on, you have to be serious. You look down on the kid, you blocked him, now you want to feature? Fuck out of here. Niggas want clout. That's all they want from A-reece. Listen, if A-reece was not doing the numbers that he was doing, nobody would give a fuck about A-reece. And that's a fact. Niggas would not give a fuck what A-reece is doing. Nobody would care. When people say he's not answering their calls, if he wasn't doing these numbers, if he didn't have a fan base, you wouldn't call him to begin with. So what are we talking about? What are we talking about? A-reece to me is the biggest rapper in South Africa. He's the best rapper in South Africa because he does not have a label. He does not have a fucking team. All on his own. People forget that A-reece came out in 2014. A lot of people don't remember that. But A-reece came out in 2014 and he was on the rise. In 2015, people said he fell off. So this is not a new thing for him. The game, the industry is not something new because he already played the game a long time ago. In 2014, when he came out, he was supposed to be the next up and coming. 2015, niggas looked down on him, they turned their backs on him. They didn't think he would come back. Came back in 2016, Ambitions did what they did, took him off the label, turned their backs on him. He got fucked over again. 2019, Flame and Echo and Mellow, they did what they did, turned their back on him, fucked him over again. So when people say when people say he's arrogant, remember, this is somebody that's been fucked over so many times. Who are you gonna trust? Who the fuck are you gonna trust when everybody that was close to you is trying to fuck you over for money or clout? Look at what Flame did. A-reece did not have to co-sign Flame. When A-reece left Ambitious, he had already had a fan base and he had clout. He did not have to put Flame next to him. If it wasn't for A-reece, we wouldn't give a fuck about Flame. Let's just all be honest. We wouldn't know who Flame is. Because the only reason I know Flame is because of A-reece. And the only reason you know Flame is because of A-reece. A-reece did not have to co-sign Flame. You understand? And one thing about A-reece is he's never been afraid to put his platform to give his platform to his people. He co-signed Flame, co-signed Words, co-signed Zucci. Like he's been helping people with features and these things, and everybody's been trying to fuck him over. So why would I not be paranoid when everybody wants clout? Why would I answer your fucking call if I'm popping? When I fall off, you're not gonna call me anyway. So when people say A-reece is arrogant, A-reece is cocky, he has a chip on his shoulder, listen, we can all relate to this story. We can all relate to the story of when I was down, nobody was around. When I'm up, they all on me. Everybody relates to that story. That's everybody's story. We know the story. But listen, A-reece has never been afraid to give his platform to his niggas. Even in the song, there's a song called Just Another Song on From Me to You project where it says, kept my word when I said I'm putting on all my niggas. If we fight, then we reconcile. That's just how family is. He put on Flame, put on Flame, put on Words, put on Mash, carried the whole fucking the Wrecking Crew, carried it on his own. And then people want to say he's arrogant, he's this and that. Remember, the game is a dirty game. And when you don't want to play the game anymore, that's when you say, you know what? I don't trust any of you niggas. Fuck you niggas. That's what happened. Now everybody says A-reece is arrogant. A-reece has a chip on his shoulder. Nasty C doesn't fuck with A-reece. Questa, boring. Questa doesn't fuck with A-reece. Casper, Flame, even his own brother. Even his own brother doesn't fuck with A-reece because apparently his own brother hasn't spoke to A-reece in months. This is why A-reece is the most hated rapper in South Africa, because he's been fucked over so many times. He does not know who to trust anymore. He does not know who to believe anymore. Because the game is such a dirty game. Because if he wasn't doing the numbers that he's doing now, nobody would give a fuck about A-reece. And that's just a fact. Because he has a fan base, everybody's like, yo, A-reece this, A-reece that. No, nigga. You think Muggs, you remember the rapper Muggs who fell off? He fell off like 3 years ago. Muggs. Do you think he's sitting in his house and people are saying, no, Muggs is arrogant. Muggs is not taking our calls. No. Muggs is not arrogant. It's not that he's not taking anybody's calls. It's because nobody's actually calling him. Because he doesn't have clout. We've seen so many rappers come and go. And people want to say A-reece is cocky. He's not cocky. He doesn't trust any of you niggas. And to be honest, fuck you niggas, because you niggas are dirty. You niggas are fucking slime balls. Grimy niggas. One for clout chasers. Casper just wanted a feature with A-reece because he wanted the clout. That's it. A-reece and Casper made totally different songs. Why do you want a feature? You only want clout. That's it. A-reece and Nasty C invited A-reece to the show because he wanted to put A-reece under his wing the same way he did Shane Eagle. And A-reece said, nah, you're not doing that, bruh. Fuck that. How can you call somebody how can you call somebody arrogant when he's put on so many people? Clout Cassette. We would not know what Clout Cassette is if it wasn't for A-reece. He's the first one that said, you know what, I'm going to co-sign this thing, this platform. Clout Cassette, it is what it is because of A-reece. Let's just all be honest, people. These are the reasons why people hate A-reece, because A-reece does not trust any of you niggas. Because you niggas are slime balls, grimy niggas. He's not taking your calls because he doesn't trust you anymore. You are dirty. You want clout. That's all you want from him. You want his fans. You want his views. That's it. If he was not popping, if he did not have a fan base, you would not give a fuck about A-reece. So let's all be honest, people. Let's just all be fucking honest. All of us are waiting for Paradise 2. Zulu Man with some power better be fire. Because if it's not, I said I'm gonna release a video called The Execution of Nasty C, and that is on the way. That is on the way, people. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe. I just don't give a fuck about the lockdown. I don't give a fuck about whatever. I'm gonna do my videos and that's it, people. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. This is Slick Talk.